try again.
Okay. Let's start. No, we cannot finish the video today. How about you know what this thing is now? Scale. You know, scale comes in side by side. Yeah, this one people that sell meat use. That was our digital scale. Okay, this one is also digital scale. Only that this one is battery. That one is rechargeable. Well, let me tell you things about scale because you may have this thing, but you're going to start using it frequently. If it spoils, there is no repair. You understand? Now, the only scale that can last you a long time is that one, the 100 kg scale. You know the 100 kg scale? That one keep on the one people that sell meat uses now, and then the one that has something like this, that's blue, that has pure yes. So that one, if you buy it, it lasts you a very long time. But if you have people around, they may not know how to use it. So most of the time, the measurements cannot be accurate. So the other one, which is the 40 kg scale, is not up to 50. There's this big one also that's blue in color. There's a silver one, yes. We also used to have that one. When it spoils, there is no repair, and this thing will not last. Why am I trying to say this thing? Because when you venture into this thing, you start buying big thing. I think when I bought that, it was around 40,000, but now I think it's around 80-something thousand thereabout. I had to end up using this type. If it's spoiled, I throw it away. I buy another one. You understand? Now this one has lasted me at least 8 months. I bought it since last year. I changed the battery. How do I make it work? When I'm done scaling what I'm scaling now, I will remove the battery. You understand? And keep it. If I want to use it, I'll put it back. Because there is no repair. There is this tiny something that works in it as the, you know, as I think the man in the feet is it wire. So that's the thing. If it spoils, there is no repair. The only way you can get a spare part is by buying a brand new one. So if you take it to get the repair, you just advise you to run. So, you know what all these things work, right? If you don't know it, come closer. So, I'll put it on because there is no weight. You see that there's numbers rotating. It's degrees. You understand? I put it in 10, it comes back to 0. So, if you put your hand like this now, I pressed it too hard, so it overweights. You understand? I remove my hand. Now let me put my phone. So the weight of my phone is 256. So now I want to pour something else. Let's say my phone is sugar. I want to put sugar on top. I'll press tear to remove the weight of this one, and I'll put sugar. Now this is the weight of sugar. Do you understand what I did now? So that's how you measure. So measuring and pouring, measuring and pouring. But if you are measuring and pouring to avoid mistakes, still do it like that. Okay. The reason why I showed you this is you want to measure everything in one pour. But this thing is 5 kg scale. It does not measure more than 5 kg. But because I've had a lot of public experiences about scale, so I don't want to spoil it. So I don't even used to measure up to 5 kg. I'll just measure around 2 something, 300, measure another. Get what I'm saying? So now we are going to first of all measure floor. This is the scale of this stand, 53. Press tear to remove the weight. Keep your pen because I'm not going to do this thing for you. When it's time for you to write, I'll let you know. Don't push my phone, I will write. So you'll be using this thing to measure. 2,500. Yeah. Because we're measuring 2 kg. Wait. 5 kg. Yeah, 2,500 plus 2,500. That is 5 kg, right? So measure 2,525. So 5 kg plus the bread, what we're going to make right now is 10 kg. Is that fast? Okay, make it 2,000. Line is 2,680 something. Just like it. You point. Point into the mixer. Okay. No, this dust is dealing with me. Yeah. Another one. So make it 5 kg. So what you measure now is 2,000. It's easy. Back too much. You need to know the approach. It's past 2,000. It's around 2,300 and pour it. Sorry. Now, what's inside the line is 5,000. So another 5,000. You know what to do. You know what to do. Make it 3,000. Someone else can do. Make it 3,000, 2,000. Or 2,000, 5,000. Be checking to make sure the number is accurate. When you're pouring the flour, be coming forward. Forward like this. If you're pouring back, the weight will be going back. How many? 698. So you're measuring 2,000 now. Sorry, 3,000. Your hair, be mindful of your hair. Bakery is not where they do this thing. Where they do long hair for you to go to hair. Some somebody's food, somebody's bread. For 10 kg, we'll be using 1,200 grams of sugar. 600 plus 600. This is one sugar, and the next thing we are going to add in is preservatives. So 20 plus 20 is 40, right? What we have done now, you're not going to write the complete receipt, but you're not going to be writing using 10 kg. You're going to be writing the receipt starting from the smallest. You understand? Starting from 2.5 kg flour. That's the receipt you're going to write, so that you know that whenever you want to make it, you double it. You understand? Now, this mixer is 25 kg mixer. Means it can mix a whole half bag of flour. There is, after this mixer, there is now 50 kg. I think that's the biggest. You understand? Yes. So after 50 kg, 25 kg. But now, if it's small mixer you have at home, that is why I want to reduce it to the smallest, so that you're not saying it because you don't have this mixer. But this mixer right now is sold for 1.7 million. So now what we are now adding is this, and magnet. Okay? Give me, check if your system water. Very cold water. You don't use normal water to make bread. I will tell you the reason why. Yeah, make sure. That's what the process. That's the learning. Not like I told you, it's not just being curiosity. You don't understand the process. You do your own, you don't be like my own. You understand? So that was consistent. You will not come and say that you did not tell them exactly what you do with their head. So that's what you're looking at it. Dell's family, I'm making bread. I'm teaching my students how to make commercial bread. Thanks for joining my live. Thank you, Del. Let me hear you guys. At this point, water, small. Yeah? In this bread making, that's why I said pay attention. There is no measurement for water. Although there is a measurement to a certain level of water. There's like this flour and then you pour. It soaks water. That's the best of making bread or pastry in pie. Or the salt, as you put in water to the rising. You understand? That's why you do it bit by bit, the process of adding water. So nice. Thanks for adding it to my bread. When I now add the yeast will not have power inside it. bread that is not smooth. You will have a bread that is not stretchy. You have a bread that is not yet tired. You know what I mean? Do you understand? You cannot be mixing bread. If you eat them anyhow, so maybe to spoil. So your mind has to be there. You cannot make it yet. You cannot stand. You get a chair and sit down. Bread is serious business. So, this is what I added here. This is 10 kg of flour. No, not right here. I'll give you a complete recipe. This is 10 kg of flour, 120 grams of sugar, and there is something called ACK. One TSP, right? Yeah? One TSP. Then butter, 500 grams. If you add butter, 300 grams, still be good though. I don't want to give you guys complete recipe. So I want to and then I usually use two things and come out very nice. Then salt, 100 grams. Gold improver, 82 grams. All this is what I added there. What we have not added is yeast and this flavor. So what we are making is milk / water bread. I'll tell you what makes it a milk bread, and I'll tell you what makes it a water bread. Your hand was shaking. You understand? But you know there is not food inside here. I want to position it. No, don't worry. You know it's not food inside here. Yeah, but you just have something to explain here. What's that? Okay, people party. Does it heal the people or does it want to see the people? I'm busted. Oh. When I'm dying. Sit down, daddy. The floor has absorbed the water again. So that's because of this type of floor. So there are different types of flour in the market. There is one they call happy pay. This one is poor. Then there is plastic. You understand? Plastic, no go in there. When you can make bread. That's the quality. It's not good for I'm saying this in my life. But I'm saying the things that are favoring me, right? No. I don't use plastic for my bread, but I can use it for cake. What I use specifically, they comment them for bread. And then market this one, poor. You did not see poor, you can buy it for bread. And I still used to make cake for bread. So your bread will come out well, smooth. You see this one. So you see that I still need extra water. So if I'm supposed to put, let's say, what type of pure water is 20, right? So one like this now. 485 grams. So if you time this 485 grams and 20, you understand? I'm not saying that's what to do. But I'm telling you that if I have to use about 20, if that's 485 grams and 20 inside this 10 kg, I cannot use the same when I am doing with plastic. Plastic, I have to prepare all of them with no water. So, as they added water, right? Remember, I have not added this, and it's still coming up. Don't say because you want to do sharp. You now carry all the water that you need and pour at once. It does not work that way. Don't do it. Don't add all your water. There is a reason why you should add your water small. It gives you a better texture. That's why if you employ people that will be making bread for you. You see that your customer will not start complaining. They complain today, maybe they will not complain tomorrow, they will complain next tomorrow. I've experienced all of those things, but what helps me is that I know how to do it. If you mess up, I sack you. You understand? You make mistake, I'll sack you. Now if you spoil my bread, I'll collect my money from your salary, then I'll sack you because I know if I keep you, you will want to be me. So you need to be immediate. No chance. How would you know when to spend time more? When this was an act, right? Come on, I need to be seeing it. That's why I say you should be paying attention, looking at the texture of the bread so that you know when you have it. That's the main thing in this bread thing. I'll put out the ingredients. So I've got this water now. When I feel the bread is almost ready, I will add it. If I added this to the later, so I'm sorry, by the time you finish watching it, I'm putting it inside the pan. I don't get it on board. The bread there, the food chair, the food are very raw. When you people came, let me explain something. When you came, you saw that I was inside there. I was sanitizing this thing, and I was sanitizing this thing using edible spirit. You know what's the edible spirit? You don't have edible spirit, you can use vinegar. Now, when you make bread, within maybe 2 days, it has spoiled. You know they have, but I added preservative. You know because of the preservative, it's contamination. Contamination will spoil your bread. So you have to clean whatever you are using. That's why if you get someone to make bread for you, you have to make sure the person is a disciplined person. Because if the person is not listening, probably in area, the person will not be it. And when you supply your bread, the next 2 days is spoiled. Most people will not like you to supply the thing because they will tell you, my friend, you may make your thing something. Or they will tell you, you're not going to bread, you go maybe go for that time, and you will do. Because they cannot buy for at least, give them at least 1 day to 5 days before the bread is spoiled. That's the truth. Just step inside the company small, small, to be Okay.